Hey guys, it is May 19th. I decided to stop by and make some quick visits for Friendship Week. Hope you guys enjoy.
Everybody, today I'm going to see one of the nicest people that we have at OC Bridges.
This one makes shout out for Robert and Bree and Jasmine and Amy and Ryan Perez.
And Ryan Perez? Perfect.
Yeah.
So, Frankie, when it comes to a best friend, what is the #1 quality that you look forward to?
Have fun with my friends.
Having fun with your friends?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, it's good to know. You know what I think of when I think of a best friend?
What?
I think of a guy like you, bro. You're one of the sweetest.
There was also a nice little fun thing to note with Frankie. He had a couple of wind chimes, so I decided to let him play and show off his musical skills.
So I just noticed a nice little thing from Frankie's front lawn. It's pretty cool. You want to start playing your instruments, bro? What about this one? Got some nice little wind chimes, bro. Cool.
I also decided to stop by at OC Bridges and record some of the top qualities they look for in a friendship.
Hi guys, I just want to let you guys know that a friend to me is somebody that is always there for you. Hi guys, a friend to me is someone who always makes me laugh, and that is each and every one of you at OC Bridges.
Hey, so within a friend, I look for somebody that tells me how to become a better person. A friend doesn't tell you what you need, what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. And they're going to give you all the good advice that you need to hear.
Cool. And what about you, Stratton?
I mean, you nailed it, Ryan. I think, you know, they say that you are who you surround yourself with. And so, for my friends, I try to surround myself with good, kind, nice people who, like Ryan said, try to build me up and make me the best person I can be.
Cool. And now I'm going to segue into our tutorials. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hey guys, Shanley here. We are painting today with some of those paints that you guys got earlier in the week. So I have my paints, my paintbrush, and water to wash my paintbrush out, and a paper towel. As always, especially when you're doing something that can be messy like painting, make sure you tell your parents and you are working somewhere where you won't hurt anything if you spill paint. Like here, I'm outside, I'm on the outdoor table. If I spill something, we can just wipe it up and it'll be fine. So, I'm going to start doing the water in blue and green, and I'm just going to switch it up and try to keep it interesting so it's all evenly mixed up. That's personal preference. If you want to make your waves pink and orange, you can, but I'm going to make mine blue and green. You have to go really slow with these because it's very detailed. See how I did every other one for that color? And then I'm going to continue on the next piece, doing the same thing, every other color. Now we're putting in a little bit of the tail, and the water's done. And here is my finished mermaid tail, guys. Please have your parents send in pictures of the artwork that you're doing during the quarantine. We would all love to see it at OCB. Bye, thanks for watching.
All right, now it is time for our space-themed worksheets. Now what we've got here is we got a crossword puzzle right over here, solar, and then we've got our word search. So I'm going to start off right now by doing a little bit of the solar system worksheet. Now I'm going to put my name. It is Roberto, R-O-B-E-R-T. In the class, well, let's just do this as our English class for keepsake. There you are. Now I'm going to do with number 1. What is the largest planet in the solar system? I'm actually really curious. If you don't know, you can feel free to look online, like right over here. Biggest planet. Let's find out. And apparently it is Jupiter. Now I knew that, but you know, if you don't, you can feel free to look around on the internet and discover a little more about our sweet solar system. So for number 1, Jupiter is the biggest planet. Now we're gonna look for number 1. Number 1 is right over here. Now I'm going to answer number 3 because that is my favorite planet of all. I actually did a lot of research on it in middle school and elementary school. It is the second nearest planet. That one is Venus. And if you could see on the left side, I made a little boo-boo. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to do it in red, just to distinguish it. This is the second largest planet in the solar system. I don't know that. But earlier, we discovered that we had 8 planets outlined from biggest to smallest. And the second biggest right there, it says is Saturn. It is 120,660 kilometers. That is 9.5 times bigger than Earth. So, I guess number 2 is Saturn. So, because I made the boo-boo, I'm going to write that down just to make sure that we get it. So, Saturn. Now, that's very interesting right over here. Now we know that number 7 starts with an N. And what is number 7? Let's find out. Is the 8th planet from the sun. I already know that one personally, so I'm gonna write it in. It is Neptune. All right, now we've got our stars and constellations word search. I found Aquarius at the very beginning, which would definitely make sense because I'm a February baby. Now, you got to keep in mind that when you're doing this, you got to keep a very open mind. You could be looking up to down or down to up, which is what I did with the Aquarius name. We found all the way down and it went all the way up. Or you can do them zigzag in either way. The whole point of this is that you keep a very open mind and try to look at it in a very abstract way if possible, okay? Or you could be also looking at them from left to right or right to the left. Now, a nice little thing that I like to do when it comes to some of these words, they don't look very familiar, so I like to do a little bit of research. I decided to look up on the internet what Aquarius meant, other than just being a person that was born in February. It is a large constellation represented by the water carrier or the water bearer. It is said to represent a man pouring water from a jar. It contains no bright stars but has several planetary nebula. Now, this one I find very relatable because I tend to drink a lot of water, so hooray for me. I decided to look for Virgo, and you got to keep in mind that I spent 3 minutes looking for this one, so I didn't want to record that. But after much deliberation, I did find Virgo. I did look for V's everywhere, and this one was the one that made it absolute. So, there you go. We got Virgo right there. There's a second one for you. Now, I'm going to go look up what Virgo means. That is very interesting. Let's see. Uh-oh, I got to do Virgo definition. It is a large constellation said to represent a maiden or a goddess associated with harvest. It contains several bright stars, the brightest of which is Spica. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And a dense cluster of galaxies. It is also the 6th sign of the zodiac, which the sun enters about August 23. So anybody born between August 23rd and I assume September will be a Virgo. The more you know. Now we've got our layers of Earth, which is a nice little study in geology. And I did take some geology in the summer semester of last year, so I decided to give you guys all the answers. This one takes a little bit of studying to do. So I decided to double check and confirm some of these answers. Now the mantle is made of molten metal. That part right over here in the inner darker side, that is where the mantle is right here, okay? Now the crust is where we live. That was a hint right there. Now the crust, what it's made of the Earth's continents like the Americas, and then we've got Africa and basically the rest of Asia. And most of all, it is also made of 75% of the water that we see out in the Earth. So that is a nice little fact. Then we've got the core. The core is where most of the Earth's heat is stored. Now right here is where the core is.